If you want to learn remote desktop services in under 30 minutes, I'm going to walk you through the entire setup step by step, from installing RDS to connecting from a Windows 11 machine. Let's start. All right, so we're going to start the first portion of this tutorial on Windows Server 2025. Now, if you're following along on an older version of Windows Server, totally okay, the steps are the same. All right, so we're going to start with the server manager. If you're unsure of how to get there, it's usually pinned in the start menu on Windows Server. You can see it right here, and we can also search for it. So it's pretty easy to get to. Most of the time it's open by default when you boot. We're going to go up to manage in the top right, and let's click add roles and features. Now from here, we're going to click next. We're going to keep this as a role-based or feature-based installation. All right, this tab is for server selection. So with our server selected here, we'll press next. And at this point, we're going to check remote desktop services. Now we can see that mine is already installed, but you'll simply click this box. I'll go ahead and install the 2 remaining ones that are currently not installed. If we want to install remote desktop virtualization host, we'll need to install Hyper-V, which it's telling us to do now. We can also include the management tools. So we can go ahead and do that if you'd like to. It is not necessary for this tutorial. And actually I can't install Hyper-V because I'm on a virtual machine. So I'll go ahead and skip that, but we've got basically the rest of the options selected. We'll press next. We'll press next again through all of this, and at the confirmation page, we can finalize everything by clicking install. Now this is going to take just a few minutes. The server will restart automatically when it's done, so we'll come right back. All right, so the installation was successful. I'll go ahead and close this down. Now that we're back in the server manager, I'm going to go to remote desktop services overview. So if everything is installed correctly on your end, you'll now see the RDS dashboard right here. Now, we also need to make sure that we enable remote desktop, which we can do by right-clicking on the start button, and let's go to system. There's a setting in here called remote desktop, and let's just confirm that it's on, which it is. Okay, the next thing we need to do is add users to remote desktop group. And to do that, back on our computer here, go to computer management. If I hit the start key, I can simply type that and it'll pull it up. And what we're going to do here is go to local users and groups. So only users through this group that we specify are going to be able to log in and connect to our server remotely. So if I go to users, we can see I've already added some here. To make a new user, we'll right click into blank space and we'll hit new user. Let's type in the username. I'll type in Gabriel. I'm going to enter a password for this user. I'm going to uncheck the first option. I'm going to check the middle 2 options, and then I'll press create. So we now have the new user, Gabriel, which is shown here, and that's the one I'm going to be using when I actually connect to this computer. What we're going to do from here is we're actually going to create a remote desktop group. So under groups, we have RDS remote access servers. Okay, and then we have remote desktop users. Now this is already an existing group. Well, how do we do that? We click into remote desktop users. We're going to click add. We're going to enter the user that we created earlier. This user is actually a part of our computer, so I'll select that, check names. There we can see our user Gabriel. Perfect. I'll press OK, apply, and I'll hit OK. And now that we've done that, I know we've gone through a lot with you guys. Okay, so in order to get this connection started, before we actually go to our Windows 11 machine, there's a command we're going to run on our server. That command is host name. So assuming our networking is configured properly, we can use host name. Alternatively, we could also use ipconfig. On the Windows client machine, we're going to enter that exactly letter for letter, make sure it's correct, and we'll press connect. And by doing that, we should be met with credentials. And in fact, we are. If we'd like, we can do more choices and use a different account. Now I'm prompted for a username here, so we'll enter Gabriel, the user I just created, followed by that password. Here we are getting a certificate error. Do we want to connect despite these errors? I'm going to select yes. Now, unfortunately for me, the remote session was disconnected because there are no remote desktop license servers available to provide a license. Please contact the server admin is what we're getting. I'm only receiving this error because I've already actually used the trial period on this server. So by default, RDS gives you a grace period for production. You need RDS CAL licenses, which we do have available if you're interested at indigosoftwarecompany.com. All the links are in the description below. This means that in order for this connection to work properly, I will have to activate those user RDS CALs that we talked about earlier. We're going to show this step as this is the last step. When you're deploying this in an environment, you will want to activate this for long-term use. So we're going to show you that step by step and do the connection again to make sure everything is working. Okay, so in order to actually license our server and apply those user CALs, once we're here, we're gonna go to Tools, Remote Desktop Services, and we're gonna access the Remote Desktop Licensing Manager. From here, we can right-click our server, and let's click Install Licenses. This will bring us to the Install Licenses wizard. We can click Next, and it's telling us that we want our license server ID. Okay, so you can see that my server is already activated, the server itself, which we could do by right-clicking and hitting Activate Server. Now, I've already done that step in a previous video, and the next thing we can do is install licenses. This will bring us to the Install Licenses wizard. I'll press Next. Next, we need to navigate to this link, activate.microsoft.com. And what I'm going to do here is install Client Access Licenses, or CALs, which is what we have. Let's go to Next. Here we need the license server ID, which was listed right here. So we'll copy that. Let's paste it. We can add our company here, our region, which for me is United States. I'll press Next again. Okay, I'm going to paste in my key. Now, if you have yet to purchase a license key, we offer these again at indigosoftwarecompany.com. We'll have this all linked in the description. I'll press Add. Okay, and then we can select what we've just added. We'll select Next, getting a review. We'll hit Next again, make sure all of this is correct. All right, and we can see that the client access license was successfully processed. We can print this page for reference. Our license key ID pack is gonna go back into the installation wizard. So we'll copy that. And let's actually paste it right here. We'll press Next. And we can see that the requested licenses have been installed successfully. So at this point, I'm gonna minimize this. We are going to now attempt to connect to our computer from the client machine. How do we do that? Let's hit our start menu and we're going to type remote desktop connection. This is our Windows 11 machine. We need to enter the name of our server. All right, so back on the server, we can easily get that by going into our command prompt, typing in CMD, and we're going to type in host name. So this is what we need to actually paste into our client machine. So for me, that is win-4id19sibn3d, and I'll press connect. Okay, we're gonna be prompted for credentials. Now, it's already got a user by default here, but if I click more choices, I can actually enter the username of the user that we created earlier and just added to our remote desktop group. And that is Gabriel, followed by the password that we set at the beginning of the video. And I'll press OK, and then I'll press yes to remote in. And there we go. Just like that, we are connected to the host server via remote desktop. We can accept this agreement here, and there we go. Our connection was 100% successful. All right, congratulations. You're now officially using someone else's computer legally. One of the main benefits of RDS is that multiple users can connect at the same time. If multiple users are connected, performance depends on server resources like CPU and RAM. The more users, the more powerful your server needs to be. Remote desktop is commonly used for remote work environments, centralized applications, virtual desktops, IT labs and training environments, etc. And there are a few common mistakes that we'd recommend you watch out for. One of them is not adding users to remote desktop users like we just did towards the end. Another is firewall blocking connections, using incorrect IP address, and forgetting licensing in production setups. In under 30 minutes, we installed RDS, configured the server, enabled remote access, and connected from a Windows 11 machine. If you're learning Windows Server or getting into IT, remote desktop services is one of the most important tools to understand, and now you've got a working setup. As a bonus, you didn't have to read a 40-page Microsoft doc to get there. All right, guys, so that's going to do it for today's video. If you have any questions about any of the steps that we showed, feel free to drop those in the comments below, and we'll get back with you as soon as we can. If you're interested in purchasing Windows 10, Windows 11, Microsoft Office, remote desktop licenses, Windows Server, or a wide variety of other Microsoft software at a great price, be sure to check out Indigo Software. We'll have all the links down below. As our channel continues to grow, we're constantly looking for new video topic ideas. If you have any suggestions, we'd love to know what those are. Most viewer commented requests get made into actual videos on our channel. Lastly, a like and subscribe would be greatly appreciated as it helps to support the channel. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you guys next time.